is Gemma Lennon, and I'm going to be giving a tutorial on the operation of an automobile engine. So, good evening class, how are you?
Good.
So, as I just said there now, I'm going to be talking to you about the operation of an automobile engine. So, the aim of this tutorial is for you to recognise the four-stroke cycle within an automobile engine. So, by the end of this tutorial, you will be able to list three engine components, explain the difference between top dead centre and bottom dead centre, identify the difference between the induction, compression, power and exhaust stroke, and describe the four-stroke cycle within the engine. So first things first, what is an engine? So an engine is a motor that is operated by converting chemical energy into mechanical energy. So your chemical energy, that's going to be your fuel. It can be either petrol, diesel, doesn't matter. That's what your chemical is. And the mechanical energy, that's going to be motion of an object. So let's say, for example, now you can have linear motion, which is going to be your up and down movement. So let's say if you press the window switch on a car and the window went up and down, that would be your linear. And your rotary motion, that is going to be, let's say, the wheel going spinning. So going clockwise or anti-clockwise. So where is the engine located? So in the left-hand picture, we can see that the engine is located under a bonnet. In most modern cars now, an engine is always located under a bonnet. And in the right-hand picture, we can see that the engine is in the back, in the boot. And that picture is actually of a Porsche. And in most very high-tech standard cars, you'd often see the engine to be in the boot. But even another example would be a Beetle. In a lot of the historic cars, you used to always put it in the boot as well. So parts of the engine. So this is going to be what I'm going to describe to you in greater detail. So first thing is the engine block, the cylinder head, the inlet and exhaust valve, the piston rings, your connecting rod, your crankshaft, your camshaft, and the spark plugs. So the engine block. The engine block is the bottom main end structure, and its function is in the cylinder, the air-fuel mixture is ignited and compressed by the piston. So if you look at the picture here, you can see that there's 4 cylinders, and inside each of those cylinders, that is where all the action is going to happen. So when you think about it, that's where all your fuel is going to be directed into. So your cylinder head. Your cylinder head is bolted to the engine by a row of bolts. And in between the cylinder head and the engine block, there's a head gasket kept, and the function of the head gasket is to prevent any leakage built in the cylinder during the power stroke. So I'll be talking to you later on now what the power stroke actually is. So in here next we have the inlet valve and the exhaust valve. So the inlet valve, its function is to let the air-fuel mixture into the cylinder. And your exhaust valve, its function is to create an escape for the exhaust gases to leave the cylinder. So if you look at the red arrow, that's going to be the stem of the valve, and if you look at the blue arrow, that's the face of your valve. So if you can imagine if you had a milk carton, and if you filled it with gas and you put the lid on, and the gas is going to stay inside the milk carton, but if you took the lid off, then all your gas is going to escape. So the function of the face, one of the functions of the face of the valve is it's actually sealing the inside of the cylinder. So just think of it that way. If you left the cork open, your gas is going to escape. It's the same with the valve. If the valve wasn't closed, then everything's going to escape out of it. So the piston. So the piston is connected to the crankshaft, and during the power stroke, it transfers linear motion into rotary motion. So yet again, your linear motion is your up and down movement, and your rotary is circular motion. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
So your piston rings. So a piston ring is an open-ended ring that fits into a groove on a piston. So if you look at the picture here, we can see on the top two, they're classified as your compression rings. And what they do is they stop the leakage of air escaping from inside the cylinder. And the bottom ring, that's your oil ring. So what that does is it scrapes all the excess oil so that you're not going to be burning oil. So if you ever had a car before and it was constantly burning oil, one of the major problems is often a piston ring. So connecting rod. So one end is connected to the piston, which is your small end, and the big end is connected to the crankshaft. So you can see in here, the big end and the small end. So your big end again, that is connected to the crankshaft, and the small end is connected to the piston. So this is your crankshaft now. So the crankshaft transfers linear motion again from the piston into rotary motion. This is your camshaft. So the camshaft is located in the cylinder head and is operates the timing of the valve. So if you look at where the arrow is pointing, that's going to be your cam lobe. And if you can picture an egg, the shape of an egg, literally the point on top, they're pretty much shaped the same way. And what I mean by operates the timing of the valves is when that point hits off the valves, it's going to open and close the valve, so that's going to operate the timing of your engine. So every single engine is actually going to be different according to the way that they are shaped. So your spark plug. So the spark plug is used to ignite the air-fuel mixture at specific times. So you'll see now later what I mean by specific time. So what is TDC and BDC? So your TDC refers to top dead center, and your BDC refers to your bottom dead center. So if you look at the picture again, where marks BDC, that's the bottom of the piston, and that's your turbine is classified as bottom dead center. And TDC, that is your top dead center, which is the top of the piston. So the four-stroke cycle. A four-stroke cycle is a combustion engine in which the piston completes 4 separate strokes while turning a crankshaft. So a stroke refers of the travel from your top dead center to your bottom dead center. So this is a layout now of all the components we were just talking about. So if you look at the top, we can see we have our inlet valve and our exhaust valve. And yet again now your inlet valve, that's for letting the air-fuel mixture into the cylinder. Your exhaust valve is creating escape for the burnt gas to leave the cylinder. Your spark plug, that's going to be used to ignite the air-fuel mixture. And your piston is connected to your crankshaft through the conrod. And below that then you see you have your oil sump, so that's where all the oil is going to be stored. So next I'm going to talk to you about the 4 strokes. So the 4 strokes are going to be your induction, compression, power and exhaust. So the first stroke here, the induction stroke. So the intake event is when the piston draws in the air-fuel mixture and it fills the combustion chamber. So the intake event occurs when the piston moves from your top dead center to your bottom dead center and the inlet valve is open. So during the induction stroke, your inlet valve is going to be open, but your exhaust valve has to remain closed at all times. So you can see it in the picture, the left one is open and your air-fuel mixture is being drawn in and the exhaust valve is closed and the piston is travelling downwards. So next we have our compression stroke. So during the compression stroke, both the intake and the exhaust valves are made closed while the piston is rising. So your piston is travelling upwards. And the face of the piston and the face of the valve seals the cylinder so that pressure inside the cylinder will rise. So if you can imagine now again, this is like I was saying as the bottle again, if one of those valves were open, you're not going to be able to build any pressure, it's all going to escape out the valve, so it has to always, the valves always have to be seated closed. So this is the most important stroke now. We have the power stroke. So the power stroke begins just before the piston reaches top dead center and the spark plug ignites the air-fuel mixture. So remember earlier on I was saying about the spark plug, it has to ignite at a specific time. So that's going to be during the power stroke, you could say. So the explosion will force the piston and turn the crankshaft. So the piston is travelling downwards. And the last stroke is going to be your exhaust stroke. So the exhaust valve is open and the burnt gases are going to escape out the exhaust valve and clean out the inside of the cylinder, and the whole cycle starts again because the intake valve will start opening again and the whole cycle starts all over again. So if you look at the picture there now, your intake valve is actually closed at that specific time and your exhaust valve on the right is open and the gases are going out. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so next I'm just going to show to you a demonstration of it. Thank you. So can everyone see here? Do you want to look at it? You okay? Okay, so if we look here, you can see that we have our 2 valves. This is your piston, your conrod, and your crankshaft. And remember I was discussing to you about the 3 rings.
Yeah.
So that's where the 3 rings are located. They're actually on the piston themselves. And you see they create seals when the piston is travelling up and downwards. And so if you look at this now, the 4 strokes. So this is going to be, one second now. This is our intake stroke. So you have your inlet valve open, your exhaust valve is closed. That's going to be your compression. Both valves are closed, the piston is travelling upwards. That's going to be your power, because both valves are closed again, and the piston is travelling downwards, so that's going to turn your crankshaft. And when the piston is going up again, that's going to be your exhaust stroke, so your exhaust valve is open, and your intake valve is closed. Is that okay?
Yes.
So, so now we're just going to discuss a few questions. So what does TDC stand for?
Top dead center.
Perfect. What does BDC stand for?
Bottom up dead center.
Perfect. What is the function of the spark plug? Brilliant. What is the name of the stroke shown above?
Power stroke.
Perfect. So this is a quick summary here of what we just covered. So the engine is operated by converting chemical energy into mechanical energy. So TDC stands for top dead center and BDC stands for bottom dead center. The inlet valve is to let fresh air fuel mixture into the cylinder. The exhaust valve is to create an escape for the exhaust gases to leave the cylinder. And the spark plug is to ignite the air fuel mixture. Thank you. Any questions?